Hi Devin, thank you for letting me know that you have some questions about what you've been working on, and I went ahead and pulled up some of the topics that it looks like you've been working on just this week, and this is one that a lot of people have questions on, so I'm glad to help out with a video. This is talking about angle addition with relationships between angles. So you're going to have more than one angle here. And if you add the angles together, you get the larger angle, right? So if you combine them, they create a larger angle. If you add up their measures, you get the measure of the bigger angle. So to start, let's go ahead and label what we do know. We know that the measure of angle WXZ is 78 degrees. Now the biggest tip I have when doing these types of problems in geometry is to write the picture down on your own piece of paper. So actually draw it out. It's really hard if we just look at the screen. So you'll notice I'm going to be labeling on the diagram. You need to do that on your own piece of paper. Okay, WXZ, so trace it out. WXZ, that's the larger angle. So that one, I'll put 78 degrees there. Now, we don't really know what measure of angle 2 and measure of angle 1 are. It says measure of angle 1 is 6 more degrees than measure of angle 2. So I'm just for now going to label these maybe with like an X and a Y, because that's a little easier to write than measure of angle 1, measure of angle 2. So I know that if I add those two together, then I would get the larger angle. And then that's just basically from the first statement in the diagram. The second statement is telling us something else. It says the measure of angle 1 is 6 more than the measure of angle 2. So if I put my X and my Y in there, Y goes here for measure of angle 2. X is, that translates to an equal sign, 6 more than the measure of angle 2, or Y. So in other words, if I know what the measure of angle 2 is, or if I know what Y is, I can add 6 to that, and then I'll get my measure of angle 1, because angle 1 is bigger. It's 6 bigger. Okay, so I now have two equations and two unknowns. I don't know my X and I don't know my Y. So I'm going to use some substitution here and just plug in what I do know about X. I know that X is equal to 6 plus Y, so I can take that and substitute it right here. So I'd have 6 plus Y plus just Y by itself. That will all equal 78 degrees. And so then if I add my like terms together, I have 6 plus 2Y. And then if I subtract 6 from both sides, that would be a 72. Divide by 2 on both sides. And I believe that comes out to 36. 36 degrees. Now that's the measure of angle 2 because I have a little y in there. So this is a 36. And then we check to see if we actually answered the question, which we did. It said find measure of angle 2. It would be 36 degrees. But if it had asked for measure of angle 1, we would have to go and do that. So either plug in 36 into one of these equations, or say, oh, I know the whole angle is 78 degrees, so if I subtract 36. So you can do it either way. I'm actually just going to plug it in here, just for the sake of explanation. So if I plug 36 degrees in here and add 6 to it, X would actually be 42 degrees. Remember, X is supposed to be 6 more than Y. So this angle here would have been 42 degrees, and those two added together should equal 78. And they do. So this one right here is our final answer, 36 degrees. Okay, but that walks you through a little bit of angle addition when you don't know either of the angles, and you have to add them up using the expression that they kind of give you here with a sentence. And then that gives you your total. Okay, so good luck with these. Let me know how they go and if you need another example.